Hello, Demon. It's another Hell Spawn on YouTube. Welcome to this episode of EvE Online. Now I think of it, did I say it last episode? I do not remember. Ah well, you can see in the title it's EvE Online, and the thumbnail also says EvE Online. I am going to do this episode. I am gonna fiddle around with a succubus ship. And I'm gonna try to find a way to make that a mission ship. Boop. So, the succubus, first of all, has afterburner, 20% afterburner by Kaldari level, and small energy turret by Amar level. Roll bonus are at small energy turrets. So, although we're gonna make it a Meta 4 ship, if Meta 4 is actually still a thing, I wonder, is that still a thing? I know in the ye old time it was a thing. So I'm going by the ye old time. I am gonna make a beam version because I always feel comfortable about beams. Let's compare the focuses with each other. Compare with. That is that one? Oh, that one. Compare. Compare. And this is also to give any new people a bit of a view how to make your own ships, that you don't need to use just the insight on how to make. Of course, everyone has their own way of making. There's no perfect way of making. Oh yes, there are still metas. But focused is always meta 4. Why is this a meta 1? Huh? Did I make a mistake? Modular. Compare. Dual light. Dual. Really? I'm gonna adjust this and just remove them. Since apparently... Wait, focus was... Huh. She just noticed I am like really out of the loop for certain things. Optimal range, always handy. Damage modifier, because you do want to try to get as much damage. Accurate fall is not really important, but it's always handy to have. Rate of fire depends on what you want to do. Let's see. Activation cost. So, although this one would be cheaper to activate, and it has a faster rate of fire with 1 second. So if this one has shot 2 times, let's see, it would almost even out. Then I would technically go myself for the small focused modulet. This one, small focused. To make sure, Meta 4, I picked the right one. Then I would go for this one. If not going T2. I could go faction, since this is a Sancha ship. I could go for true Sancha. Well, that would be a pain. So let's look at their bonuses again. It has no shield bonuses, nor does it have armor bonuses. So you could focus either way to either shield or armor. If you're gonna take armor, which an armor version, you would lose the ability mostly to get additional heat sinks on it. Because if I would go armor, I would go a reactive hardener, especially with only 3 low slots. Most of the times I would go with a armor wrapper. Well, in this case I could consider dropping the damage control unit, which I usually use, and then take a heatsink, or I go for a damage control unit and get additional resistance out of it. Because as you look at the defense part, I do get additional active HP. If I explain, yeah, effective HP, approximately total hit points of the ship with current resistance. So you'll notice the difference in HP then. But if I would go, since I am armor tanking, I could also use the heat sinks. I would do additional damage. I have to keep in mind that one is not always active. But I already get a attack boost from the Amar part. So I could go with the damage control anyway. Yeah, sure. And I could, because no, I don't have a drone bay. It doesn't matter. Since I would use because of the bonuses of the Qadari part, I would use a afterburner because it gives additional afterburner bonuses. Keep in mind, I'm making the ship meta, but if I am going to fly this one expensive with a lot of money, I would use, just for the freaking fun of it, it does not exist, so I would use a Shadow Serpent this afterburner. That module is 16 million. 16.8 million. Sorry, I need to be more precise. So, don't think I am trying to be cheap, it's just a way of preparing the ship. Since I have low slots open, I would use a status web of fire. Just because if the opponent flies slower than you, you have a bigger chance of hitting it. I wonder, does it... A targeting subsystem that projects an electronic attack on the target does make it easier to target and hit. Penalty. Have they finally fixed it? That it does not only affect missiles? I wonder. Because I know in few years back, like 5 years back, target painters were useless for lasers or any other weapons other than missiles and rockets. But optimal range is 30k, 30 kilometers. Sensor radius modified by 25. In that case, I would actually just use it for the additional damage that I could do. But it does not say it, and I would do additional damage. I could use sensor boosters are under electronic and sensory. I could use SIBOs or sensor boosters. Then again, it's not a real change actually. If I would use sensor boosters for the cruiser or such, then yes, but targeting range, scan resolution, I really don't need it. Like, I'm already small enough that I can do that much easier. So in that way I would go either for cap recharge just to increase it a bit. Capacity batteries, smalls. So if I would do that, because why not? I can do it. And always keep in mind, if you do not need to use your wrapper, that's what you want to try to remember. You do not want to use your wrapper. So being kept stable without wrapper is more interesting than being kept stable with the wrapper active. If I could turn all these simultaneously, I really don't worry. Because if I take the ammunition, I have to go to charges, and I have to go for my module. I would prefer using the multi-frequency, because they have of course an increase in damage and stuff like that. I wouldn't even care about the sensor booster. Does not increase your attack strength, right? Sensor booster. No, I need that one. Targeting range. No, increase your targeting range, not your combat range. What if I would signal amplifier? Was that? Ultimate maximum attack, increased locking speed, sensor strength was a ship penalty. Using more ships will penalized. SIBOS, remote passive targeting system, ultimate targeting system. No, because signal amps are low slots. Yeah. What was that? Is there a mid slot for that? If I remember not. EvE, sensor dampening, weapon disruption. Well, I know vampire vamps and stuff like that, because I still have that high slot open. Energy. I would use vampire. Nos, also called vamp. Although I don't get power grid for it to use it, but in that case, if I would do it, I could use cloaking device and then bail out. Automatic targeting system. What does that do anyway? Target a hostile ship within range on activated to grant +2. Really? Hostile ships. Well, do they consider hostile ships? Because technically players are hostile ships as well, but you can also look back. I actually never understood auto-targeting. And keep in mind, the estimated cost for this ship is about 50 mil at this point. I always take in consideration and give or take. Because I will, of course, take rigs along with it as well. Because, come on, really. Rigs are important. Since I have a explosive and a thermal, explosive and a kinetic hull. Explosive and a kinetic. Why not immediately combine it with a Trimark? It was a Trimark, right? That increases the HP. This ship modification is designed to increase this ship total armor, hit points, and increase the at the expense of max velocity. Well, I have this one including the bonus of 20%. So in the end, I'll be losing how much? About technically in the end, I will be losing what 10% ish, just. So this is navigation with currently modules active. Let's see, I'm gonna remove. So 991. Explosive kinetic. Oop, oop. Yeah, I would say I would lose about 10%ish, if it's not less. This ship would be in, give or take, 70 million for a cute little ship. And I don't even know it's already if it would be fit for save as. I am going to test this on CC. No, CC was... No, this is Tranquility. This is TQ. So, yeah, CC was the test server of EVE Online. Although I do need to learn a few skills like Caldari and energy grid upgrades. But I could try. I wonder, are people interested in it? If you are, let me know in either the chat in Twitch or in the comment section in YouTube. Well, I've been doing this 18 minutes, making one little ship. Let's do some shooting. So now I'm in a bit of a little dilemma again. And that is because the mission I have now is against Minmatar. That is one of the major factions. Usually I will decline them, but oh, sorry for that. I forgot where my hands were compared to the microphone. My apologies. What to do? Do I do it and then use the Sisters of EVE to make it better? Or do I say F Minmatar and Galante and just side with Amar and Caldari? As I always have, apparently. I don't know. I'm gonna decline it because habit. Ooh, the score. Let's look it up because, as I said, it's been a while since I did a lot of those missions. So the score against the bunnies of Garista. Ooh la la, the bunnies. Arista bunnies. 3 groups. Bliss kill group 1 and 2. I remember it. Javan. It's like what? 2 jumps? 1 jump? No, 1 jump away. It's like here. That's next door. That's like walking to a neighbor from hi, I'm here. Javan. Javan. Does the engine start or do I need to go out and push? Okay, let's go. Let's go and do some pew pew. Pew 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 pew. Let's go. Let's see what we're gonna do. Well, first I'm gonna close the cargo because why have it open? Oh look, I'm decloaking. Since I am actually now playing like close to the ship, I actually see animations I actually never saw before. Doggo pulled 5 aggro. Uh-oh. That's no good. Are your drones in? And a line to the station. Could happen. Don't worry, Cloud. Okay, let's see. First of all, give me the overview. So, both are there. Okay, what do we got? We've got a destroyer right there. And we've got frigates like right there. So, let's go that way. Should I just orbit that little part? Would be easier. And let's lock and load. Do a shot, shoot, and they should aggro about now. Orbit that little thing. And they are in love with me. So, how much do they love me? Ooh, that looks nice. So, as I said, I actually never been this close to the fights. Like I said in the previous episode, I'm usually zoomed out real far and had the tactical overview on, like, if everything is close enough, what are their trajectories. So, it's actually funny now to just play this way. Because I actually never seen it up close and personal like this. Should I target the... Asteroid belt, warp to 0. Bill. In emergency, always warp out. Warp out, always warp out when you have an emergency. Ooh, 20% of armor left. Oh, dang. Ooh, ouch time. And warp back. Don't look like a threat for miners. Sometimes I do wonder that they should be shut down, but not always. Not all the miners are bad. Just like not all Galante people are bad. Just 95% of them. And for those that do not know that joke, there's a whole movie that joke was made in. Just like on the Mimitar ship, they have a very nice little piece on their ship. That is what they call the target. I always forget how annoying this mission is. So, as one of the previous episodes, the mission, I was like, oh no, I am panicking because I am not. This mission, I was actually like, okay, I have to focus because this can cost my ass. There is a chance that I will be warping in and out a few times. Okay, target locked, orbiting target. Keep in mind, destroyers are stronger than frigates, so shields almost down, web of fire on, and let's shoot. I have to start repairing around 70% of armor. And I have to prepare the secondary, third and fourth target. So now I'm close to the destroyer, and as you notice that I am actually getting less damage now. Okay, and let's start repairs. Repairs are active. Orbit, weapify, and start shooting. So, as people always try to explain to new people, you have to be cap stable. You do not need to be cap stable. You need to be cap stable enough for your tank to hold. That's all you need to make sure. That you're strong enough to repair as much damage as possible while putting out as much damage as possible. And also keep in mind, this ship has not been optimized yet for anything yet. It's like still carrying baby equipment. Warp 2, just to make sure. Come on. I gotta build right now. A bit of damage is not a real problem. Let's see, is there a... no. There is no player-owned... well, could be worse. Why do I have a feeling there is a set of pirates heading that way? Like Code and such. Well, we leave Code to do what Code does. Because usually a pod is being used for an anchor point. You know what? I'm not even gonna care. Code's been around for quite some time, so you actually get used to them being around. Let's see, are there any codes in the system? How did I know? Share info. I've got... no, not really. So, we're gonna orbit the closest one. And this is one of the most ancient strategies used during EvE Online is if you can get out, get your ass out of the site and repair somewhere else. Like, do not. Unless, of course, you are in a PvP fight and the FC has instructed by don't worry, repairs are underway, stuff like that. But in cases like this, in missions, if you can warp out, warp out. I've seen people losing ships in missions because honor? Like, I want to keep my ship, I don't want to lose it. Although my ship is my money generation as well. Oh well. Just because I play one way does not mean everyone has to play it that way. I'm going to unlock them, because why not? And for those, yes, that why not is a Pokemon. Stop the afterburner. I need to make sure that I do enough damage. Oh, let's see what the damage is on the ship, anyway. I know I got hull damage, but I cleaned my ship off by repairing. That's no fun. Let's minimize it, so that we can be a bit closer to it. I prefer it. Really? Oh, man. So, I'm gonna warp to the station now. Like, I don't even care for now. I need to repair my ship. This is why I insure my ship. No, I do not get everything refunded, but hey, refund is a refund. Oh, even the armor repair removes it as well, removes the damage as well. Cool. Why do they exist? I have never seen these things. I do have to keep my eyes on the overview just in case. Oh, this looks awesome. So, like I said, I never seen certain animations like that, and it's really nicely done. Really nicely done. Quick repair. What's the damage? Repair all. It is. Ooh, that's not much. My destroyer. No, not my destroyer. My Gnosis is way more expensive to repair. And I've got 6 of them. I love freebies in games. Hello, let me... Thank you. Zoom in. So the reason I docked up was to make sure that I don't lose my Punisher. And let's go. Okay, that is the closest, and that one's flying towards it on its own. I should really start investing in the ship about now, but why? Like getting an damage control, reactive hardener, few heat sinks, a 4th gun. Let's go. Oh yeah, and also not to forget rigs. and rigs are really handy in a long or short-term fight. Is it funny, sweetie?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's fun.
Okay. I love my boyfriend.
I love you too, honey.
Out of nowhere, he's laughing his ass off. Weber online. Let's do pew 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 pew. Pew pew. So, the strategy I'm using by warping in and out is to make sure that each ship I remove, I can stay in longer. Because I didn't pay attention at one point, I got too much hull damage, so it was easier for me to go back and repair it that way than stay in the in space and have a bigger chance losing the ship. Because also now all the ships have dispersed from each other. So you could also use that strategy to disperse the enemy. As well, you could use flying a certain direction, kick in the afterburner and try to fly far away and then turn back, and while you're returning back you have been repaired. There are many ways you could do it, and there is no perfect way or the way that must be done. So, and if you make mistakes in the game, don't worry. We all made mistakes. If I'm gonna start telling all the mistakes I made, forget to align with an ice miner ship. So someone came in and popped my ship. Well, goodbye a few billion, if you are unlucky. The corporation with my main account, we have lost a Orca, and at one point we lost a Rorqual. And all we did was, well, try to get it back. Luckily, our corporation had a lot of miners in it, so we made our stuff mostly ourselves. But yeah, it could be quite expensive jokes like that that could bring down the corporation. The Orca was also corporation owned, how we called it, but technically my best mate, that was the CEO, owned the Orca because he did buy all the blueprints needed for it, and we did research and develop it with the whole corporation. So if you ever think, this game is so hard, I've just lost my ship. First of all, it's a game. Second of all, get back in a smaller ship and try to come back to bigger class. I have been, at one point, I've been flying a frigate class for about 6 years. No? 5 years. Before I actually went to a cruiser class or higher. I've done so many level 1 missions that most of them I know by heart about now. The only reason I look them up is just to make sure that I remember them correctly. As you see also right now, since there are each time getting less ships, it is becoming easier for me to survive. Because the other moment I had to warp away because I was getting too close to 50%. Now I can just do it, like no problems. Oh, that looks so cool how you actually see the armor being damaged and repaired. Not where you're officially being hit, but just the whole idea that they animated it. It's so nice. Like, really, come on. So cool. Where the gun points are. Like, you can see that here there is a gun point. Oh, don't forget to loot. And let's see, where's the other gun point? Like, oh, there. And here's another one of those gun points. Like, all those little details. I always love games that keep the focus on those little details. So interesting. I always wonder, where does your pod enter? Like, does it enter there? Or does it enter somewhere like there? If I would be a pilot, I want to be more like here, a bit more in the center. Like, where is the pod entrance? You'll never know. Well, maybe there is a drawing of it where it is made by CCP and stuff like that, but yeah, I would say the pod enters there. Also, the little thing, like the little decals on the ship, like even with the Amar logo on it, stuff like that. It's so pretty done. I don't know if pretty is a word, but for me it is. And also that you can see the whole of the pipes and stuff like that. I actually never, like I said, I never seen them this up close before. I've played this game since 2010, mostly then that's my time of being active playing. So my beta time I do not count along, but I did play beta with the dual prop techniques. I have never seen them up so close. So nice. Even like those little red dots. Cool. So, let's get back to Panirgam. Turn in the mission. And I'm gonna wrap it up there for as well the stream as the whatchamacallit episode. Because I have to end the episode anyway, so and let's see. Let's dock up. And while we're docking up, keep in mind, like, subscribe, notifications, comment section, you know, where you can ask me things or tell me things, stuff like that. Links are in the description, like for YouTube, for Twitch. Tomorrow I'll be streaming names, I forgot it. Sky Factory 3. I said dock up. Be a good ship and dock up. Thank you. And also, links are in my description in the About Me page. So I'll see you all next time. Oh, and also for everyone on Twitch, because I remembered something that you can do that. We're gonna raid Cat for the win. She is doing the letter and I just like her and I just, why not for the funs. So if you want to stay, stay. If you don't want to stay, don't. And don't worry. Just because I can. Hey, goodbye everyone.